Hello and welcome to CountryBalls Heroes. This is essentially what you would get if you decided to combine the kind of Polandball, Countryball memes with the Heroes of Might and Magic series of games. Probably won't surprise you to learn that the developer of this game is Polish if you know anything about the Heroes of Might and Magic community. There are a lot of Polish people, so somehow it doesn't surprise me that this exists, even though it does seem like a very strange combination. If you don't know the Countryball memes, basically they're stereotypes of various different countries. The humour is a little bit politically incorrect. It tries to be like South Park and that just about everyone can expect to be made fun of equally, but I will say right now that if I see anything where I just think that's going to get me demonetized, then I will just cut it out of the recording. Anyway, let's jump into it. So, new game, we're going to go for scenarios, and we're going to go for Opium Wars, because Opium Wars is designed with UKBall in mind, and naturally, I'm going to be going for the UK. We're going to play against Polandball because, well, firstly, let's have a look at the factions. So there's USA, China, Russia, Germany, UK, Poland, and Polandball. And these are clearly designed to be different factions. I don't really know what the difference is, but Polandball has a green roof and Poland has a blue roof. Polandball, of course, is the kind of main character of the whole Countryball memes, so we're going to go up against him. We're going to pick a bonus of cash. I don't really care what the AI player decides to end up with. Let's go with advanced difficulty, and let's jump into the game. Before we do, let's go with a slightly more British colour, so let's go with blue, and let's jump into it. Okay, so here's our starting zone, and you will very quickly see the similarities to Heroes of Might and Magic 3 in particular. To the point where even the kind of shape of your town on the map is identical to Heroes of Might and Magic 3. If you haven't played Heroes of Might and Magic 3, some of these references will be lost on you, but as we jump into the town screen you can immediately see some of the similarities. So this, of course, is our town hall, which brings us our money. It's Liverpool by the looks of it. Don't have the Parliament in Liverpool, but let's just go with it. So Parliament is going to earn us money. This costs quite a lot, but it will pay for itself pretty quickly. We've started off with 25,000. The resources are a bit more modern, I guess, than Heroes 3. So you've got wood, you've got oil, you've got vodka, mayonnaise for some reason, I'm not sure what that's a reference to, coal, I think that's coal, and tea. And being the British, of course, we will be depending on tea quite a lot. We've got various different units available to us, so we've got the British Watchtower, which enables us to recruit blueberry balls. Those are just basic range units. We're going to go for them straight away. We're going to pick up 10 of those, and we're going to move them into our army. Perhaps I shouldn't have done that because it's not our first tier unit, but then again, I do like to go with a range unit. So this is our hero Churchill Ball. We're going to actually go for a classic Heroes of Might and Magic 3 strategy. We're going to take all our melee units, in this case the Gentle Balls, which are our tier 1 unit. We're going to split them into stacks of 1, and we're going to start exploring the world. So we can see a sawmill up there, literally. You will recognise this straight away from Heroes 3 if you've played it. 2 units of wood per day, that's going to be useful if we need it. Collect some wood from these, and we'll go down to the coal mine. 2 wood per day from that, and let's see, so guarding the area we've got the Warrior's Tomb, or the Royal Tomb in this case, very clearly inspired by the Warrior Tomb from Heroes 3. Polish plumber balls, which are the first tier unit, and actually a Polish plumber house. So I don't know if I've spawned on the wrong side of the map, but well, there are plenty of Polish people in the UK, I guess. We can go up there and we can recruit some units, and one immediate difference with this game in Heroes 3 is none of these buildings are designed, with the exception of the upgraded Gentleman's Meeting. None of these buildings are designed to actually enhance the growth of your units. So what that means is if you find an external dwelling like this, you will actually get more per week, or the same number per week that you would in an actual town. So they're a little bit better than they are in the actual Heroes of Might and Magic games. Next thing we're going to do is probably what I should have done turn 1. We're going to buy the Heroes Tavern, and we're going to see what we've got available to us. So there's a couple of kind of neutral heroes, and then there's a couple more UK themed heroes. So we've got Gentle Ball and we've got Boris Ball, and I guess the way we decide between them is, I don't think there are hero specialties in this game, so I I feel like Boris has slightly better units, so we're going to go for him. Obviously, this is not really intended to be an especially in-depth game. Do bear that in mind. But it has got a surprising amount of depth. It does try to take some inspiration from Heroes 3 in particular. Okay, so let's take some more blueberry balls. Let's take these, and these things. Queen's Guard balls. Protects the corgi dogs. Let's give a basic unit over to Boris, and Boris is just going to be picking stuff up for us. So let's send him to the east. Let's grab this. Once again, very similar to Heroes 3, pick between either taking some money or getting some experience. This is our backup hero, so we're going to go for money. We're going to go up to this, Book of Knowledge, 500 experience, that levels us up. And as we level up, we've got a fairly in-depth skill system, in some ways more in-depth than Heroes 3, although later games perhaps not. So we can choose between various different ways that lead us through various different paths. If we have a quick look at some of these, so this is called Useless Skill, and it's going to increase our hero's view range. This one is going to increase the amount that we collect, and this one increases the amount of tier 1 resources, so I'm not really sure what that means and how that differs from this. But I'm going to go for this, because it's a little bit clearer about what it means, so we're going to go for that. We're going to go up to this, we're going to recruit some Polish plumbers. And we're going to go back to the UKBall, or CountryBall even. And we'll go back to this base. There's actually no reason not to also recruit Gentleball, so let's recruit him. And if we take another look at this, let's actually have a look at the units that are available to us. So we've already got the Watchtower. There's also the Royal Armoury, which is going to get us more Queen's Guard balls. There's the Welsh Villa, where we can recruit Welsh Night balls. Then there's the British Colonial Camp, to recruit British Traveller balls. The Scottish Fortress, which enables us to recruit Scottish Drunkard balls, and I'm not sure who gets a worse time of this, really. If you're Welsh, you get to have knights, so you're depicted as knights, that's pretty good for you. However, your unit tier is inferior to Scottish Drunkards, so I'm not sure who should feel more insulted by that, but there you go. The Magic Castle is our final dwelling, and enables us to recruit Magic Harrys. I had a real brain fart moment where I thought this was a reference to Prince Harry, but obviously not. It's obviously a reference to Harry Potter. Don't think we're going to get that in this particular playthrough because it's just going to it's going to be too short a playthrough. It's a fairly small map. Let's split these, and let's bring those together. Okay, so we've got a pretty strong force now. We can probably go and start taking a couple of fights. So let's go back to this guy and let's move in this direction. This is the warrior statue, which I guess will give us +3 to our strength. Perfect. Okay, so let's keep moving to the west. Let's pick up this. Let's go for some experience. And then let's look at our skill points. So if we look at this, 2 skill points available to us. I quite like some of these middle ones. So there's this one, which gives us a chance to ignore 50% of our opponent's armor. There's this one, which gives us a 60% chance to ignore 70%, so I'm not sure if that's supposed to be locked behind this one, but I can just go for it straight away, so there you go. We've also got this one, which increases our mana, and that is going to be useful, so let's do it. I don't actually know how recharging mana works in this game, I'm slightly confused by that. This is the Warsaw Mermaid. Don't know what that's going to do for us. Okay, +3 permanently to our critical chance, that's nice. Let's go for some more XP here as well. Leveled up again, let's just go for some more mana. And let's keep moving to the west, let's get some Mayo. And then I guess we just keep pushing to the west. Let's go back to this guy first though, and let's go and pick some more stuff up. So we've got some UN fairy balls along with some kind of US soldier ball guarding some vodka and some wood, which we don't really need right now. I don't really think we need much of this stuff in general, so let's just keep moving in this direction. There are actually a couple of things this game does better than Heroes 3, in my opinion. One of which is you can actually pick things up with your heroes without using any movement points. I think that's definitely a step in the right direction. Okay, so new turn begins, let's move in this direction. So if we take on a few gentle balls, we're going to get ourselves another treasure chest. Let's definitely go for that. And yeah, they do have these little exchanges before you fight. Okay, so first things first. This is more like Heroes 5. You actually can attack with your heroes. You don't just have to stand back and cast spells. Although you can also cast spells. So we've got a lot of... I think it's called mimic magic. So among them we've got Arrow in the Knee, Summon UN Ball. That's the best spell I think, from what I've seen. Corona Ball, very topical. Tough Ball, Communist Ball, Rush B. That's more of a Counter-Strike based meme. Anyway, we're not going to use any of them, I don't think we need to, so let's just go straight for some attacks. And we're going to take all of these units and we're going to move them up to the top just to guard our blueberry balls. Tempted to make an exception for these guys because they're pretty tough, but these guys can't reach us yet, so let's just end our turn. And yeah, I think that should be fine. We're going to end our turn with these as well. Then we've got these guys who can shoot. Let's just go for a big stack of 10. Only kills 4, which isn't too great. There we go, finish them off with a critical hit. Okay, so they've gone for their first attack on those. Let's not use these. So these guys are just here to block off our range units. The rest of those guys move in once again. We're just going to defend with these. They get taken out, that's fine. Just move this guy up. And then we've got our stack of 62 here. They should be able to kill quite a few. Yeah, 7 to 10 kills. Let's go with these just because they're less likely to get a retaliation on us. And then everyone else comes forward. These guys, we don't have too many, so they're not going to kill too many off, but they're pretty resilient, pretty tanky, so let's send them forward. And yeah, they take the hit completely fine. Alright, so let's go for another shot. Let's go for the biggest stack we can. Actually get 6 kills on those, which is nice. And we're back to our hero. Let's just weaken these a bit more. And then we've got a couple of turns with these. Once again, just going to block off as much space as possible. I don't think the AI actually goes out of its way to attack your range units from what I've seen. Which is perhaps slightly unwise, but we will take advantage of that. Okay, so there's pretty much none left, just a couple of gentle balls to go. Shoot them with these, and that's job done. So what have we lost? So we've just lost 3 gentle balls. We've not lost a single Queen's Guard, we've not lost a single blueberry, so we're good to go. Let's pick this up, let's go for some more XP, and we've leveled up. We've got just the 1 skill point available to us. We're going to go for this, even though it appears to just be an inferior version of this, because might as well double up, I think. Also, just in case you do actually need this to make this trigger, I think that makes sense. And then let's keep moving to the north, so we've got some Rambo balls, which are guarding an experience book, some tea, and a treasure chest. Let's definitely go for those. Pretty sure these guys aren't too tough. I've not really gone for a full split, but I think we should be fine. Yeah, there we go. They don't really seem much tougher than the previous fight, really. Okay, so I'm not going to cast any spells because there's just no need to. I think as we progress through the map, it's going to get a little bit tougher. Let's go for these. Okay, so they actually attack us first, and they immediately get a kill, so I might have slightly underestimated them. So their ability, I think, is actually... Their ability to actually jump in and attack you first doesn't currently exist in Heroes 3, but I believe that's what they've actually got planned in the Horn of the Abyss mod for the factory town. They're going to have the, I think it's called the Gunslinger, which will attack your units before you can attack them. I think it only applies to actual ranged attacks though. But yeah, quite a few losses there. That was a lot tougher, but then again does come with more loot, so that's fine. Okay, so I think we're doing good for money still. Let's go for some more XP. That levels us up again. Let's see what we can do. So, I'm not sure what these actually do. What does this do? Enchanted Power of Memes increases regeneration of mana. That's obviously this game's version of mysticism. I'm just going to go for that. Grab some tea, let's grab some more experience. 1,000 experience, that's not too bad. So this is the British Traveller Ball, which is our, I think, tier 4, I think it was. That's guarding a vodka distillery. And also some vodka and some treasure. Perhaps we should just go for this. Shouldn't be too tough. Then we're going to go back to Boris, we're going to return to the base. We're going to pick up another... Let's actually move towards this. So we need the Royal Armoury and the Gentleman's Meeting. Let's start off with this. Okay, and just like Heroes 3, you can just do hero chains if you want to, so let's start by doing that. Go for this thing. And let's move back and grab these. Okay, so we got some plumbers, we're going to bring those over to our main guy. Okay, so this next fight, we're going to actually need to close the gap a bit, and I think we're going to go for our first spell. First let's end the turn. Okay, so no sign of our opponent, let's just move towards these. First, let's actually split our units a bit more, so we actually started off with an artifact here. Shiny Trinket, so this is going to give us a bit of extra maximum mana, and then a bit of extra whatever that book is. The book with two skill points. Okay, so that explains why I started off with a couple more skill points, I think. If I'm understanding that correctly, I'm slightly confused. Alright, let's combine these two together, and let's split these guys into 1 stacks. And let's go for it. Well, I'm British, and even I don't know what that was a reference to, so, okay. Gonna go for Rush B this time. And we're just gonna try and run into these guys as quickly as possible. Yeah, with these being range units, we just want to clear the gap as quickly as possible. I don't think there's any kind of range penalty, so it makes sense just to go in straight away. Can we go the whole way across the field? Not quite, so that doesn't actually really save me much time, but never mind. Let's see what they do. Okay, so they're going for this guy. They're not actually doing too much damage. Yeah, just the 1 loss, that seems fine. Okay, so improving his speed actually increases his movement range, but doesn't appear to actually increase his initiative, so... That, I think, is another, like, Heroes of Might and Magic 5 thing, where initiative and speed were separated. I think that was the first game that did it. I've not really played Heroes 4 either. Okay, so 1 loss to those, that's fine. We get quite a lot for that, so Vodka Distillery, a bit of vodka. Go for some money this time. And let's move up in this direction. Go back to our town. And let's just go straight for the Gentleman's Meeting. And next turn we should get ourselves our first Welshman. Grab some tea. And let's start moving back. And then this guy, I think, is just going to pick up some resources and things. Not really worth taking these on. I did do a kind of test map, and the Mexico balls, you can actually recruit them if you find an external dwelling. And I really like those, they're really good. So I don't really want to fight them, I'm going to avoid them. We're going to move to the north, and we can see even more similarities to Heroes 3 here. With the Tree of 1,000 Wisdom, which is quite clearly just the Tree of Knowledge from Heroes 3. We've also got T-34 ball, I think that's like the elite unit of Russia. We've got the... I know I have Polish people in my audience, you might know how to pronounce that, but I don't. Somali pirate ball to the north. I don't think the pirates use that particular flag, but okay. Keep going in this direction, we've got a little bit more. Yeah, I'm scared to fight some of these units. So this is a Colosseum, and that's more like a creature bank. It's not like a free stat boost like it is in Heroes 3, it's actually going to get you killed. So be careful with that. Okay, so next day begins. Let's go straight for the Welsh Villa. And that gets us 8 of these, so how good are these? So special abilities, they cause the opponents to do less damage. They're ginger, which means they have increased chance of doing critical damage, okay. Ball piercer, which means they have a 40% chance to ignore 70% of opponent's armor. That's pretty strong. You definitely want some of those. They've also got 5 to 11 damage, 35 health, that's pretty good. Seems to be a very melee-based town. Let's actually go for this guy, because we've got loads of money. He comes with some UN balls. UN fairies. They're cute but useless. But they are actually pretty good. They're the things you can summon, and I quite like those. They also come with some Russian soldier balls. Let's go for him. Let's pick up the Welsh Knights, and didn't really need to bring Boris back, but never mind. Leave him there for now, and let's take this guy. Let's go across to the west. And then we've got this dude, who I think is just going to go scout, so if we go to take on these guys, that could be pretty tough, but I think our main could probably manage it. Yeah, so that's in our favour, that should be okay. Let's go for this first. That's taken us up another level, let's go for some more mana regeneration. And let's go for this. And we get pretty much a whole day's movement again. So I don't know what this leads to, it might lead to our opponent, but obviously a lot safer to move to the north. Do we have a chance at this? That's actually considered slightly more in our favour, but probably best if we don't do that. And we take another level up, let's go for this again. This chest, I think, is bugged. I'm trying to click on it and nothing's happening. There are a few bugs. I am currently playing on a pre-release build, so there will be some bugs. Just to mention that, I'm not sure what the actual release is going to look like, and I'm also not sure what the price is going to be, just to mention that. So you'll have to check that out. I will put a link in the description to the Steam page for this, and you can make your own decision. But I think it might be a good idea just to wait a few days, see how things play out before you buy it. Let's go for this. Shouldn't have done that actually, this is just a kind of backup hero. Can I get past here without fighting? I think I'd be surprised. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. S. Okay, I think that's just a placeholder. So something about this is I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is intended, but if you just press escape, then you can just opt out of fights. Which I think on balance I quite like. Especially because the kind of arenas don't actually tell you what to expect. Okay, so this guy has some engineers, we're moving towards this guy. I get these two mixed up a lot. They're very similar. Alright, so Boris is going to go back to the town, and he's just going to keep things going there for now. We're going to end the turn. New day begins, so we can't go for the British colonial camp because we need some more castle walls. I think we should also get the Parliament for a bit of extra money. Let's go for it. And then let's go back to our main. Should we go for this? I think because we can opt out, let's just do it. Let's give it a go. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so we have got some Queen's Guard, Pop Ball, that Pope Ball, Counter-Terrorist Ball, and another Pop Ball. Okay, so I think this guy is ranged, so we need to go for him first. What I will actually do... No, I'm going to save my mana. We're just going to go for an attack on this guy. We're going to try and focus him down. This might be a bit too tough. Yeah, thinking about it, these guys are like tier 3. These guys are at least tier 3, and then these guys, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure what country those are supposed to be from. I think we would lose this, so I'm opting out. Oh. Okay, maybe it was a glitch that I could leave the fight before. Yeah, so I have no choice now, it's just bringing up the menu instead. Alright, we're gonna have to take the fight. I think we might lose, but let's just go for it. In this case, definitely do want to go for the summon. Need to try and keep ourselves alive. Okay, so fortunately these guys are at least very slow. We're going to defend with these, we're going to let them come closer, so these guys are really strong, they take out one of our stacks pretty much straight away. I think what I'm going to have to go for is, I'm going to have to summon a UN ball, and just try and keep those two busy. Yeah, I think we lose this. I'm going to let these guys get a little bit closer before I go for the summon. Let's just keep weakening these. I should not have done this. Yeah, they are completely annihilating my stacks. Okay, 45 of these, and these have 40 health each. Yeah, this is not good. What do they do? They resist some damage too. Alright, lesson learned. Don't do this again. Gonna try this. We're gonna summon those there. Seems kinda harsh to put something this tough on a small map, just being honest. If we go for this, we get 2 to 5 kills. We go for it on these, 2 to 4. Let's do it. Actually do get quite a few kills there, but they kill 20 in response, so yeah, we're pretty screwed. Okay, so first stack goes down. Our UN balls are getting hammered on the other side, but they are at least keeping these guys busy. Okay, what can we actually do? Let's keep weakening these. And then we're back to this guy, we can go for another spell. So if I flee, I don't know if I get my spell points back, but I think I'm just gonna give up. This was a big mistake. I have misunderstood how the game works. Thought I could flee from that. Okay, the good news is, it's week 2, or it's about to be. So we should get to that pretty quickly, and we should be able to have another go. Alright, so we're going to swap our main over to Gentle Ball instead. Can we interact with this? Nope, that's not working, okay. Alright, so let's start moving in this direction. I've not gone to this yet. And let's just go for the same skills. Okay, final day of the week. We should go for a dwelling, but we can't currently afford one, so we still need Castle Walls level 2. Go for that. And let's check this again. No, not going to get that guy. And let's just end the turn there. Okay, so week 2 begins. We should have, yeah, full stock of new units, so let's go for these. Let's get all of these. All of these as well, and let's go for all of these as well. Okay, so that's a good full stack of units. We've got a few more units available to us, so this, I guess, yeah, Thatcher Ball, what it would be. Gonna have to get her. A lot of Tories. Okay, so Thatcher Ball's gonna take all of that stuff and head out. And then we go back to Boris. Gonna pick up some more plumbers. No, wrong one. Crap, okay. That's fine, I don't think that matters too much. Go up to this. Pick these up once again. Turn to base. And we still need level 2 of the castle walls, so that's kind of expensive, but let's do it. And then we're going to go and grab all the units. Yeah, there's a bit of a mess of movement indicators, which I think you have to remove manually. Cannonball follower. Chance of victory is slim. Okay, let's end the turn there. Then new turn begins, we can get the British colonial camp. That's very expensive, but I think we should just about be able to afford these. Yep. Okay, so let's go back to Boris. Let's pick these up. Hand all of these over. And then just go for a standard hero chain, same as Heroes 3. Take all of this stuff. Okay, so which of these stacks do we most want to give up? I think probably the Plumberballs. They didn't really do much other than die last time, so I think that's fine. Okay, so let's take this guy up to the north. Then we go back to our main, we're going to pick up our units. So we're going to give this guy just a single Gentle Ball, and we're going to go for the attack on Lennon Ball. Let's just check who we've got currently moving, so that is our main. Okay, so this guy is guarding an artifact. Let's go for it. So how good are these things? So... oh, they're actually pretty good. That's actually pretty scary. So our spell points, we have got most of our spell points, or in fact, this is just a completely different hero, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so what I might do is, if I go for the Corona Ball, that reduces their armor. We check on their armor, they've got 15 armor. Corona Ball is going to get rid of 20 of it. We could also go for Capital Ball, which is Capitalist Ball, which is going to increase the damage we deal against Communist Balls. Let's go for that on these guys. And yeah, most of our units now are ranged, so we just want to try and keep them at a distance if we can. So I want to send a stack forward just to kind of sacrifice it, but I'm not sure which stack we need the least. I'm going to send these guys forward. And then these guys don't matter too much either. Okay, so we definitely want to make sure we preserve at least 70 spell points so we can go for the UN Ball. Tea Time is going to heal our units. That's a bit too expensive. This is the equivalent of Slow, I guess. Communist Ball is fairly self-explanatory. Dancing Cow. That doesn't really help us too much. Spell description 35. Yeah, like I said, this is not the final release of the game, so I assume some of this stuff's going to be fixed. Okay. I'm going to beef these up, because I prefer them to survive. And we're just going to go for a hit on these. Okay, and then these guys are free to attack. We're going to get between 2 and 4 kills. Let's go for the middle stack. As yeah, that's a pretty low tier unit, so it's going to get killed pretty quickly. Hopefully this is a good artifact. I have no idea what it is, some kind of sword. Go for these. Ooh, okay, we took a loss straight away, that's not good. Ah, crap. Okay, that one was a misclick. We're gonna sacrifice the stack of Gentle Balls to try and protect our Welsh Knights. We've still lost a couple of them. Okay, it's not looking too good. Take those out. So we can afford to give up one stack because we're going to replace them with our plumbers, but don't really want to lose 2 or more stacks because we've already lost most of our forces in a previous fight, so I'm not sure how tough the AI is going to be. We're going to have to find out. Looks like we're going to be mostly okay. Okay, so losses, we lost 2 Welsh Knights and 36 Gentle Balls. Okay, that's fine. Let's go for this. Legionary's Sword. That doesn't sound hugely memey. Sword from an ancient era increases our attack by 4 and increases our luck chance by 1%. That's it's not an amazing reward. Realistically, we probably just have to set up a chain, and we'll go for the attack at the start of week 3. Okay, next day begins. Let's see what we need for the Scottish Fortress. We need to get Stonehenge, which is going to cost us a lot of oil. Okay, so we need to find some oil for both of our next 2 buildings. I can't really see too much. Yeah, there's not a lot of oil available, so I think we just have to push on. Got another level up for this guy. Let's have a look at these. So extra damage against weak balls, I don't really see how that benefits us. Power of the balls for extra strength, let's just go for that. And let's just push up in this direction. I think we recruited these week 1, I could be wrong. Yeah, so we can get a few of those. Just need to give up one of our stacks. So we've got 4 of these left, I think we just bin them. We're going to pick up some German engineers instead. And we're going to move on to take on the Prussian soldier balls. They're pretty weak, so we should be fine. And let's end the turn. Okay, so the big mystery here is, what are our opponents going to look like? Okay, again, this is just a placeholder, I guess. Alright, so I thought these guys were going to be ranged, but they actually look pretty basic, so we should be fine. Yeah, this seems fairly straightforward. These are not particularly tough. There we go, don't think we need to take a single loss here. Oh, they do attack first. Okay, so let's bear that in mind. And we're fine. Okay, so that was easy enough. Let's push to the east. This is now ours. Crazy Leprechaun Ball. Okay, so he actually gives us an artifact and gives us some coal. So this is Legionary Sword, so we got that completely for free. So we just did that fight for nothing, but never mind. Alright, let's keep moving that direction. Let's end the turn. Let's see what's going on with our opponent. Okay, so he's got a lot of guys. But his castle's undefended. Are we ready for this? So we're 3 days off next week. Says we have a moderate chance. I might go for it. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. I think some of the Polish to British interactions haven't yet been properly fleshed out, is my guess. Oh wow, okay, so they just completely wiped out our stack. Okay, that's a little concerning. How should we deal with that? I think we need to rush them. So who's better out of these two stacks? So these guys... We've got 14 of them. Gotta be them. For sure. Problem is, if we go for this, we can't summon a UKBall, and... UKBalls are really good. The other thing about UKBall is... He should be able to keep them nice and distracted while we move our other units in. I think that's what we have to do. So, we're gonna weaken him for now. Let's just hit him as hard as we can. How far can this guy go? So he's got 5 movement. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're gonna have a hard time getting by him. Gotta just go here for now. Okay, so he kills off one of those, that's fine. So at this point, we need this guy to be slightly further forward, because at the moment it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so if we summon a UKBall to block these guys off, the plumbers are going to come back and finish us off. So we're going to have to wait another round. Let's just weaken them as much as we can while we can. These guys rush forward. So do these guys hit us first? No, they don't. Deal extra damage to tier 2 units, that's fine. So I think similar to any other Heroes game, you want to absorb the retail with your least valuable units. So I guess that's these guys. We're not going to take this well. Now we need to start weakening the plumbers because we're going to use the UKBalls to distract the other ones. Okay, they're still strong enough to kill off 2 stacks. Let's keep moving in this direction. Do you get 12 kills? That's great. But we're taking pretty heavy losses. Okay, so next round begins. This time we're going to go for our UKBall. We're going to put them right there in front of these, just to keep them nice and distracted. And let's keep going for these. Need to try and keep our Welsh Knights alive. Oh wow. Okay, so they just killed 11 of them in one shot, so maybe we lose, I think. We are doing some nice damage. Okay, so 8 losses there, that's not too bad, so if you can actually close the gap on these, that's okay. So I think if they survive one more round, we should be fine, but chances are they will kill 8. But if we weaken them slightly, they might not. So let's go for this. And the rest we're going to focus on this guy. This guy can now reach us. Yeah, he can go for any of our stacks, so let's just go for him. Goes for the UKBalls, wipes them out immediately. Gotta try and deal with this guy. Their plumber power stack, they finished off those. Okay, so weakening them didn't really work. We might lose. Got 17 spell points left, that's not enough to do anything. Pretty scared of these now, but let's keep weakening these. Kills 12 of those in one shot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we lose now. But we have weakened him a lot. Yeah, so even just a couple of these can kill off multiple of ours at once. This is not looking too good. Yeah, for sure, we're gonna have to flee. Alright, so I think even if we do give up, we don't actually get to save our heroes. The good news is, when the next week begins, he only seems to have built 2 types of units. So if we just rush him, we should be fine because he's only going to be able to replenish 2 different types of units. I think that's enough. Let's just weaken him a bit more. These guys take the hit quite well in comparison. I'm pretty sure these will finish us off though. Let's see, yeah, there we go. Alright, so Gentle Ball goes down. We don't quite manage to finish off Polandball. Alright, so we're gonna have to wait a few days. We definitely want to move towards Scottish Fortress, but we need oil for that, and I don't think we can get some. Let's go for the marketplace. Let's see what we can trade. So, if this is anything like Heroes 3, we're going to get an absolutely horrible rate of trade. So we can trade quite a bit of that stuff. Let's actually check this. So we need 5 coal. We need Stonehenge first. So we need 5 coal for that. 2 tea. None of this stuff is actually that expensive in terms of tea. Yeah, as long as we have 2 tea, we should be fine. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear this stuff is just not affordable, so let's actually go for a different approach. We're going to go for the tea mound. If we can. We're going to go for the tea mound, and then we're going to go for the upgraded gentleman's meeting. Okay, so we've had a few setbacks, but I think that's fine. So this guy's not really moving. Let's see what we can do. So let's go for T-Mound. We'll end the turn. Go back to our base. To end the week, we're going to go for the upgraded Gentleman's Meeting, and for that we do actually need tea, so I shouldn't have traded all that away, but I think I can just trade for some more. Let's double check we don't need wood. Yeah, no wood for that, so that's fine. Okay, so we're going to trade 2 wood. Let's check this too. We need 2 wood for this. So if we trade 20 wood for 2 tea, I've completely wasted my resources here, but never mind. We're going to go for the tea mound. And then we're too late to get the gentleman thing anyway, but screw it. Okay, so we got tea income we don't need. We've got the upgraded gentleman's meeting coming in slightly too late. I think this is all fine, like, to be honest, I think we just win. So the new week's begun. Let's see what we've got. So we've got Gentle Ball back, let's hire him. Does he keep his stats? I think he doesn't. So we've got a completely refreshed Gentle Ball. Go for full British units. There doesn't appear to be any kind of like morale mechanic in this game, so it's completely fine to just combine the different types. But still. British units should be enough. I'm not sure if the AI is actually working correctly here because it's not really moving. Okay, we're going to grab ourselves some extra movement. We're going to move up in this direction. Going to grab some more of these. the turn. And yeah, AI is not really moving too much, so I think despite everything, we're going to get away with losing our whole army several times because he's not actually replenished. Okay, let's go for this. This time round, it's going to be a slaughter. He does get the first hit in, but that's fine. Alright, let's see. So we've got the same spells as before. Do we want to rush them? I think we do. Let's go plumbers v plumbers. Okay, they're still not fast enough, but that's fine. Okay, we take a few losses, that's not really a problem. We're going to summon a UKBall, but we're going to actually use it for combat this time. Go for the attack. Send these forward. Send these in just to block. Not sure if that's actually an obstacle. It seems like you can kind of go straight through it. And yeah, they're pretty much finished now. They go for the attack on the plumbers, they don't finish them off. Just need to hit them with these, and that's job done. Polandball is out. Didn't really manage to do too much, and they've got no defenders in their town, so we jump in, we take their town. Let's see what they've got. So, Protesting Balls, Plumber House, Church of Lord Gabenball, Hooligans Arena, Hussar Reigns, and Royal Castle. Noble Barbecue. So I'm not sure if he'd already built this and it got wiped out, or if he just got a new supply of them every few days. I'm not really sure how that works. Anyway, let's end the turn, and that's it. We win. So the game clearly still has some glitches. I don't know if the release is going to be less glitchy, but there you go. If you wanted to see what happens when you combine CountryBall memes with Heroes of Might and Magic, it's a thing that exists now. I will leave a Steam link in the description if you want to check it out. Maybe keep an eye on it, see how things go after release. I don't know how much it's going to cost. But that is going to be all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.